Hello! God damn, it's been a long effing time. Hope this podcast finds you well. I am Druid the Punk, and I have not posted anything in a damn long time. Without getting too into it, my own little personal journeys and battles, I'll say that I have been spending this time studying rigorously. You see, I found a world far out there in the reaches of forgotten space. The world is known as the Rogansphere. That's right, let me hear it. Can I please get a little bit more bass? A little more. Lock it in. Okay, so I have been studying the fuck out of the Rogansphere. I was doing some recovering from, let's call it a medically induced, fuck it, we'll call it an addiction, call it what it is. And in recovering over all of 2024, because my prescription ran out in January of 2024. And I spent the entire year leading up to right around now, every day, taking in information, working on character profiles, and I'm actually starting a YouTube channel under the name The Rogansphere, which, if you want to hear some more structured format coming from me, then that would be a great place. If you just love the sound of my voice, well, by God, it's over there too. Anyway, I got into a podcast called Bad Friends featuring Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. And, that's fine. The podcast is fine, but it was the gateway into wanting to understand who all of these characters are, because it truly is a very, very interesting cast of characters, particularly in one area of the Rogansphere called Kill Tonyville. That's what I call it. Anyway, Kill Tony is a podcast where stand-up comedians go up and they do a minute of comedy, and then they get interviewed by Tony Hinchcliffe, recently made international headlines from his Puerto Rico joke, which fucking was a joke. I'm not here to back up damn near anything Tony Hinchcliffe says, but speaking on behalf of comedy itself and just the art of pissing people off, Tony Hinchcliffe was kidding. But anyway, he's and whether or not that was an okay forum for him to do that on, that I don't care to debate. I don't know. I have other theories on it, which I will be getting into on the Rogansphere when I can collect my thoughts without the help of mind-directing medications, right? So anyway, I began studying all of these people very, very closely, fell in absolute head over heels love for a show called Red Bar Radio. If you like me, you'll probably love Red Bar. Truly something that a person in my position can aspire to grow into. Not, format, not copying or pasting the things that he does, just, it's like when you're writing songs. Usually, it's not really until you're looking back, at least for me, it's not really until I'm looking back on it that I can hear certain inspirations, melodic turns, rhythmic cadence, maybe some fancy stuff, just elements of the composition that were clearly inspired by an artist who I like. For instance, a lot of my chord progressions are based around the theory that pop punk is almost exclusively composed in, right? So a lot of dum 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 dum, but like all drawn out on full band spectrums and pianos any goddamn way. So long story short, which has never been my forte. Thank you. I'm not done doing this. If you want, you can follow me over on X at Druid the Punk. I'm usually posting on there because a lot of what I'm doing is listening, watching podcasts, and again, right now I'm just creating character profiles. One in particular that I'm working on is for a character named David Lucas. I know, but calm down. And honestly, I sat down, I got my microphone hooked up to do the narration and, record the VOs from the script. And as soon as I heard the sound of my own voice with a little bit of reverb on it, I could hear that call. The distant call of the need for Druid the Punk to go back to doing what he was doing, which is blabbering into a microphone. Doing that in front of a fourth dimensional band. Give it up for the band, by the way. Fantastic. So, there will be more. I cannot promise any kind of consistency beyond saying that for the Rogansphere, I want to put them out weekly, hopefully on Fridays. Okay, because that's another thing. It's actually what inspired me to make my own channel. So there was, and I can't say who, but there's a channel with right around 30,000 subscribers that covers comedians. Not necessarily the Rogansphere in particular, but Bill Burr, Shane Gillis, Rogan, but not the adjacent universe to him necessarily. But anyway, I applied. Me and 40 other people applied. And through a script that I sent in, they sent me a framework. So I wrote the script for them. They liked it. It came down to me and one other person. That other person out of the water with my revisions that we were asked to make, and I'm sure they did a great job. And hats off to the other writer who gave me a run for my money. But I was victorious at first. So I work with them to perfect the audition script so that we can make it into an actual video, which they will be making into a video. Whether or not I can ever link that because I'm telling this story is kind of neither here nor there. You'll probably find out. I'll probably let it slip at some point. But I get a contract and I negotiate my end of the contract. The exclusivity clauses, NDAs, all that kind of thing. Which is why I have to be so careful about what I'm saying. And also out of respect. They're nice guys. Young, couple of, 3 or 4 young guns. And so I had just received payment for my first script. And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but I'm so sorry to tell you this, but you've come at a bad time." I'm not gonna do that accent the whole time because I'm bad at it. It doesn't sound anything like the guy, but he tells me that he met up in the meantime with he met up with the rest of the team in the meantime because they do like a weekly meeting thing, and they all decided that they were done. And I I have to say this. The dude was such a fucking sweetheart about it. He was very, very, very apologetic. I could tell from his tone that he was upset. Not only that his channel was ending, but also that they had kind of fucked me over. Not in any way that's, not in any nefarious way, just sort of rug pulled me. It kind of got my hopes way up, man. I was walking around with a whole new swagger where it's like, oh, me? I'm a professional script writer. Thank you for asking. Aspiring to not be a loser no more, I, sir, am officially not one. And, that was a more cynical take on the whole thing. Wow. That sounded just like a car. I'm so impressed that these musicians were able to make these sounds with their instruments. One more time for the band. Okay. So anyway, they tell me the channel is ending and my dreams are crushed. It was a blow for sure. It sucked. But some counsel from my fiance, a couple other people with whom I am close, I realized that it is actually a cool thing that I sold a script to a successful YouTube channel about the subject that I have been building this passion for over the year 2024. And so that is kind of it's the inciting, I keep wanting to call it inciting incident. That's redundant. Insight. Anyway, that was the inciting moment that made me want to launch into doing the Rogansphere. So I hope you'll go check it out. Meanwhile, I hope you continue to check these out. I keep putting these up. Probably gonna put them up on YouTube now. Because I don't know if you know this, but I am in the biz. Thank you. But we're gonna leave it at that for now. As always, and forever, I have been Druid the Punk, and in the meantime,